What is going on, everybody? We are here. We're live. We're on time. No comment on the sexuality because I'm joined by special guest host Jeremy Griggs from Geeks and Gamers. What's up, Jeremy?
What's up? Yeah, Jay. We fired Jay. Yeah, we fired him. Then he died. So we fired Jay.
We should have rolled with he died. Do you have any idea how many super chats we would get if you rolled with he died?
Right. Let's start over. Let's start over. Go. All right, so Jay died, everyone. Sorry, that's why I'm filling in today. So if you want to send your super chats, you're welcome to do that. We will make sure that they go right into the Geeks and Gamers bank account. And we miss him. We miss him, and hopefully, he's in a better place now and not watching Disney Star Wars. So that's what ultimately ended him, is Disney Star Wars. So
we'll send some flowers, to the memorial.
Yeah,
we might show up, but we'll probably be streaming during the time when it was supposed to be. So probably no. Can you live stream? Why doesn't someone live stream Jay's funeral? Where's the live stream from Jay's funeral? We heard you guys were there. I thought there'd be a live stream. Jeremy would do that shit.
100%. Beardo, get the camera.
Yeah.
Beardo's like, I want to pay my respect. Go fucking walk around and talk to the chat. I don't care about your feelings.
Gamers, we've got 11,000 people here watching the funeral for Drunk 3PO.
Jay's probably like, man, I miss one daily and they killed me.
Yeah. I didn't even know he wasn't supposed to be here today. You called me yesterday, and apparently I should have known about it like 3 days prior or something.
Yeah, I mean, I was planning on it anyway, because everybody says that, like, me and you hate each other, and that's why, like, Jeremy and Ryan don't stream together anymore. There must be a problem. Like we're Mike and Mike or some shit, you know what I mean? Like, there were, like, deep-seated problems that we had to separate each other over.
Let's, like, clear this shit up. We do fucking hate each other.
100%.
But that's not 100%. Why we're not streaming on daily anymore.
Yep, so that's the truth. So we're glad to give that clarity out there. Glad to give that clarity.
Exactly. So, I hate gay people. Jeremy hates black people. You knew it wasn't going to last very long.
That's right. That's right. So, and to be fair, I'd rather be gay than black. So, it's all good. So,
pick your poison there. You know what I mean? pick your poison there. It's like, would you rather be black, get gunned down in the streets by a police officer in America, or be gay and get gunned down in the streets in Disney's new theme park in the Middle East?
Hey, nice segue, but we're not there yet. We got to read some super chats.
But
this is also a good start today.
Yeah, we bring out the best in each other. It's VE Day, says Alex McCarthy. Enter code RK Outpost or 199. Yes, you can enter code 199. Check out Meta PCs. We've got the link in the description below. Shout out to our man Alex McCarthy, who doesn't have any need for a Meta PC, but he always takes his time to promote it every single stream.
Every single stream. That's what
you add up all the super chats he spent promoting Meta PC. He could have one probably.
He could probably have 2 or 3 at this point.
Probably. Shout out Alex. Crazy Clown Town. Pooh got his revenge. On Drunk 3PO. Yeah. I think Jay's doing theme park thing today, actually.
Yeah. I don't know. I haven't gotten confirmation if yes, they are going to be live from Epic Universe today at some point on Park Hoppin'. So Jay is on assignment with Krista. And so make sure you guys subscribe to Park Hoppin'. Gonna be a live stream. I think it's the first live stream from Epic Universe. I don't think they went live yet, so this might be the first one. If I'm wrong about that, chat can correct me, but I think it's the first one.
There you go. So Jamie's going to feel really bad if he said that Jay died, and then Jay has a terrible accident on his way to Epic Universe.
I mean, there's been so many of our YouTuber friends that we've said have died. At some point, it's going to catch up to us.
It's true, and it will actually have happened.
Yeah, at some point.
But yeah, maybe Jay can finally get one of those viral stories that he's desperately wishing for. Florida man jumps off random thing. Florida man chokes person in their underwear, whatever. He always pulls up these ridiculous titles.
He always wants those stories. Like, he's always begging for them. I don't know if he's ever going to get one, but maybe one day.
Maybe.
Every time he sees one, he's like, he just complains. He's like, man, I wasn't there when this person got killed, or, You know,
I think he has to do more. He's got to put in the work. He's got to do some instigating in some way to help make these things happen. I saw a video at, I don't know if it was a Disney park or something, where some family stole like the little red wagon from another family. They just like grabbed it and were walking, so they followed him out the park, and then they got in a big fight. They're like, "You following us all around? You just take it." They're like, "Well, no, it's ours.
it's ours.
Like, you stole it from us." When security got involved, he's like, "No, y'all harassing us, following us around. You just take it." It's the most ridiculous thing.
Oh man,
that's the theme park experience.
But he has had viral moments at theme parks. The poo thing was pretty viral. And him farting in the haunted mansion was viral. And him pointing out Goofy's interesting language in that one video. Again, park hopping goes viral for all the wrong reasons. So there you go. This is why, this is why we don't get taken seriously as
I was going to say,
channel.
It's not for their stellar theme park coverage. That's not what it is. No. But go check out Park Hopping to get theme park updates. Andre CR for 5,000. Jay was a proud member of the HCC, the high calorie community. That plus the Jades is what got him.
Jades, good old Jades.
RPI, Dark J. Yeah, Jay was spending too much time with me. Just decided to end it all. Chris Coran for 2. Will it be an open casket? You know, it might be one of those things, because whenever I go to a theme park with Jay, he has to sit in like the bench to see if he can fit. It might be one of those. You can do the open casket and see if it closes, if he's allowed to go on the ride or not, you know?
He loves sitting in those things too, dude. He gets so excited when he gets to go test it out.
I saw some video, some fat fucking heifer who shows how to cheat those things in line, like pulls their gut up and like puts the thing under their big ass gut, so that they can get the green light to go. It's like, man, if you put so much work into, I don't know, losing that weight, losing a couple pounds instead of pulling your big ass belly up, like, I don't know.
I need to see that video. I kind of want to see that. It sounds horrible.
Bearda Ramsey for 2. Did Jay back alive yet?
Yes.
Yeah, he's alive. He's good. Rusty Shackelford, why is the gay here and not Captain Jades?
Good old Jades.
Boba Fett for 199. Andor episode 8 is rated higher than the Red Wedding in Game of Thrones. Andor, like on IMDb or something.
Yeah, that's probably it.
I don't know if it's worthy of that. However, I will say that this Andor arc is the first one of this season that was a good arc. And I've seen a lot of praise out there for episode 8. I don't know if I would put it at Red Wedding, but in terms of everything else they've put out, it was certainly a lot better than everything else.
Is it the best Disney Star Wars you've seen?
I think it is. Like the show as a whole, regardless of this episode, I do think the show itself is the best Disney Star Wars shit we've ever seen. However, it comes with a lot of caveats and well this, well that, and what I think are a lot of problems with it. But if you're telling me with this low bar, I think it is. Yeah.
Yeah. Like I was telling you, I watched episodes. I got to 6 last night and I hated episode 6. I fucking hated it so much.
Too many women, huh?
Way too many competent women and stupid men. And then the gay virtue signaling bullshit scene. Andor is the best set design I've ever seen in a Star Wars production, period. Like, it's phenomenal. It's unbelievably shot. It's so good looking. It takes itself really seriously, which I think is to its benefit. The Empire actually, like, you respect the Empire. You know what I mean? You know,
it's not full of bumbling idiots and stormtroopers that miss shots and stuff. Like, there's...
Mm-hmm.
It's from a multitude of ways, from the planning and the strategy, and I guess you haven't seen the
I haven't seen
couple episodes,
right?
yet,
I haven't seen the ones that everybody's praising.
Right, I enjoy. My favorite stuff in the show is the like manipulations, spy, intelligence type of stuff, whether it's the ISB or whether it's Luthen and the Rebel side. But yeah, you'll see when you watch the next couple episodes. If you
Yeah,
watch the
because
next couple
I'm
episodes.
I'm going to watch it just because everybody's talking about it. I know we're going to talk about it on FNT. I just it's the most frustrating show I've seen in a while because it's so well done in so many aspects. God, it's so well done in so many aspects.
Yeah, like they have. I think when they have highs, they're like, that was really well done. Now,
Mhm.
there's obviously going to be other things that, like, me looking at it and them kind of redoing this timeline of events and, changing the Gorman massacre stuff and, all of these other things that
Yeah.
probably is only going to have a problem with it. But I wonder what this ghost thought. We have a ghost. We have someone coming back from the dead. We've got drunk
Hey,
CPO.
look at there.
You guys hear me okay?
Yes.
Yep.
Everything good? Park Hopping is live or not yet. We're at Epic Universe today. We will be going live in a few hours. Krista wants to try out about 20 more snacks that I have to eat. So, but I figured if you have like 5 minutes, I'd love to like walk you through Dark Universe real quick.
Absolutely.
So if you just wanted to see,
Are
like,
you aware of why we told people you're not here?
No.
Okay, cool. No, go ahead. It's all good.
Oh, shoot. What I want to do is go to settings. Hold on, I'm gonna flip the camera so you don't see my face. Nobody wants that. So we go back, triple camera. All right, how's that look?
That looks amazing.
We see.
Oh shoot! All right, here we go.
There we go.
There we go. All right, so we are at Epic Universe right now. I guess we can go ahead and full screen this for a minute so everybody can see it. And this is Dark Universe, which is one of the best themed lands. You've been here too, Ryan, right?
I've been here. Yeah, I've been here a couple times.
What did you think of Dark Universe?
In terms of like how it looks and how it feels, it's pretty fucking awesome. It was a little smaller maybe than I expected initially. But the ride, there we go. But the ride, the Monsters Unchained ride is amazing.
Yes, it is. The Monsters Unchained is absolutely awesome. This whole area is great. Go ahead, though, Jay. You can talk.
No, I just it doesn't look like it might look like there's a lot of people here, but they just opened the park and everybody is just running here to Dark Universe. Here's like some of the theming and everything. So you guys can see. I don't know why my camera looks like it's backwards, but maybe that's how it is. So,
I
don't know.
Okay. Yeah, it looks good. Looks good.
Yeah, it looks fine. Okay, so there's the castle.
I can't wait to go here at night. Have you been there at night yet, Jay?
Yes, and there is video up on Park Hopping. It's a completely
That's right. You got to walk
completely different theme park. I'm gonna go harass the invisible. Oh, I don't know what that means. There's like the invisible man. It's getting pictures. Oh, should I wait till this guy leaves or just run up? What
just
should
run
I do?
up. Just ruin it. No, don't.
Yeah.
Don't ruin it.
Just run up. There's the invisible man, even though we could see him, and he didn't really say anything to me.
This guy looks sus. Not gonna talk to him.
Well, I cut in line about 6 people just to like go up there. I just randomly walked in front of all. I mean, I'm big. No one's gonna say anything. So
yeah. So in that castle is the Monsters Unchained ride, which is essentially Universal's
excuse me. Pardon. Sorry. Go. Keep going.
Oh,
I knocked over a little kid.
yeah.
Go ahead, Ryan.
I would say that's basically, Universal Halloween Horror Nights. They've got all the haunted houses. People love it. They're packed. And so they basically, let's take that idea and let's make a ride that essentially is a haunted house. And now toned down a little bit from maybe the levels of some of the haunted house stuff you see at Universal. But between the animatronics and the technology, it's a phenomenal ride.
It really is incredible.
So, Ryan, they have a brand new alcoholic beverage that they just started selling in the tavern, and we're going to have that review up. So,
What is it?
I don't know, but I wanted Krista to try it, but she won't. So, too much. But yeah, anyway, I didn't want to mess up your whole show. This was just a sneak peek, so I'm going to head out. And so head over to Park Hopping in a few hours where we go live and we'll walk through all the portals.
Sounds good. Well, Jay, thank you for coming to us from beyond. Even though you don't know why we told them you're not here, so don't worry about watching. To find out.
Well, the good news is,
there's Jay. So there you go.
There you go.
Park Hopping will be live here in a couple hours from Epic Universe, Krista, and Drunk 3PO. So if you guys want to go check that out, you can.
Sergio Garcia for 2. I need to know who was the lazy bum that did the thumbnail. It's 100% me. It was 100% me.
I haven't even seen the thumbnail.
It's just Bob Iger and fucking Riri Williams. B. Barrett for 2. R.I.P. Jay. Jades is a horrible disease. Says that over on Rumble. Then also on Rumble, Pat, Jay's version of Super Size Me. Drunk 3PO eating 20 different theme park snacks in one day. I went on a rant about that fuck the other day. About that bullshit Super Size Me documentary.
Ruined it for everybody.
Did ruin it for everybody.
Yeah.
Apparently, the motherfucker was like an alcoholic and he was drinking the entire time he was filming as well. So, like, how much did that affect things?
Like, yeah, I mean, those things go by. Remember what was that? Coney 2012 or whatever. Remember that shit? You remember that? Was it 2012? Coney 2012. It was this massive viral marketing campaign for this, like some kind of immigrant or some Somali I don't remember what it was. Coney, remember? So this white dude like went on this whole like viral marketing campaign. It was so fucking huge back in like 2012. And it was something to like, he fooled everybody and it went viral. And then he ended up getting drunk and he was naked on the streets after it went so viral, and TMZ caught it and the whole campaign fell apart. It was so long ago. A lot of people remember this shit now.
What does that have to do with McDonald's?
Crazy motherfuckers making viral bullshit happen and people buying into it.
Okay.
Because this guy, everybody thought that's some great guy. He did the Coney 2012. Oh, he's such a great white savior. And then he ended up on the streets, drunk, naked, screaming at the fucking sky, and his whole fucking campaign fell apart. And so the whole point being is that typically these movements are done by somebody who's just trying to get some traction. They don't actually care about the cause at all. And this guy, Morgan Spurlock, wasn't that his name?
Yeah, he's fucking dead
guy
now.
Is he?
Yeah.
Good.
I won't say anything else, but he's fucking dead now. And honestly, that's like a deserving fate for somebody that took away the supersize option at McDonald's. Like, oh, Morgan Spurlock exposed that McDonald's isn't healthy for you. Yeah, it's why we fucking like it, you dumb cocksucker.
Exactly.
Like, no one's shoveling in fucking a mountain of French fries into their body because they think they've been tricked into thinking it's good for you. Of course not. Like, what are we talking about?
It's so dumb.
Let people eat fucking dog shit if they want. Red dye, I don't give a fuck.
I agree completely.
But speaking of hypocrisy, Jeremy, I guess it's time to talk about Disney.
Oh boy.
We've been watching over the past several years as Disney has waded in these political waters. Bob Iger talking about how social issues are just so important. It's like standing up for civil rights. It's like speaking out against Nazis. Like, all of these things are just so important. That's why they had to fight against the state of Florida over the parental rights and education bill, or the don't say gay bill, as it got labeled by so many people, because Disney, they really care about the gays. Well, if you're a gay person and you love Disney, I don't know if I'd recommend going to their newest theme park that they just announced. A whole new world awaits. Disney and Moral have announced an agreement to create the 7th Disney theme park resort in Abu Dhabi. And Jeremy, looks fantastic. Looks incredible. By the way, if you're gay in this country, they put you in prison.
Yeah, it looks like they have really tall buildings here at this resort. Interestingly enough, what happens to gay people off of top high buildings in this area? So there could be like a 2-for-1 package for Disney. They're like, hey, we'll build some tall buildings and you can throw the gay people off of them because that's what they do in these countries. But Disney is okay with this and all of their virtue signaling, apparently. So they couldn't operate in Florida under the Don't Say Gay bill, even though that was a fake narrative around that. So they had to go to war with Ron DeSantis over this. But yet they have no problem opening up an entire multi-billion-dollar theme park in a country that hates gays, literally hates them.
Yeah, like, bro, a lovely place that really hates us gays. Can't wait for the Middle Eastern Gay Pride Disney Parade. Yes, feel the magic of state police drag you out in cuffs for holding hands with a man. The most hypocritical place on earth. Well, Walt Disney will be live streaming the homosexual executions. Right. And all of this is as people are begging for another theme park or something to happen here in Orlando, and they continue to do nothing and nothing. And like, obviously they're getting called out for this, right? Disney to build a park in a country that imprisons gay people after pro-gay stance in 2022 Florida battle. Disney threw a fit over Don't Say Gay in Florida. It's building a park where being gay is illegal. Now, look, I don't have it like from a money standpoint. Look, Disney's partnering with them. They're not putting money into building it. They're just going to benefit from the royalties of lending their name and some Imagineers and stuff. From the economic side of things, it's probably like a great deal for them. But here's the fucking problem. You continue to virtue signal so hard and pander. And this audience that hasn't run away, that's been receptive to that type of bullshit, now you turn around and tell them, yeah, by the way, go fuck yourself. And so now they're getting called out everywhere for it, and rightly so.
Yeah, from a business standpoint, it's completely fine. But you have clowns like this, and I'll show you this real quick. I'm sure you've seen this one, Ryan. But I can't share. How do you do this screen share? Okay, right here. So this is This is an ESPN anchor that
Al Duncan.
Yeah, it takes a stand right here. This is back in was this 2012? I'm sorry, 2022?
2022.
Yeah, like so this is during the height of that bullshit right here. I wonder what she thinks about this.
Legislation happening in Florida and across other states as well that are targeting our LGBTQI plus communities. Many of our colleagues here at ESPN have planned and organized a walkout that will be happening at 3 p.m. Eastern today. And to be honest with you, we thought we were going to come here today and really celebrate a sport that has meant so much and done so much, including for so many in the LGBTQI plus communities. But we understand the gravity of this legislation and also how it is affecting so many families across this country. And because of that, our allyship is going to take a front seat. And with that, we're going to pause in solidarity.
Going to pause in solidarity for the gays.
Bro, they did that again during a game as well.
Yes.
By the way.
Yes.
So yeah, ESPN employees are all over it. But this is the thing, like, we've seen a lot of this shit where when they release movies or whatever, they'll censor certain things so it can be released in Middle East countries. They brag about it saving gay people. They brag about the representation. But then when push comes to shove and the money's involved, they axe it, right? This is who they've always been. And it's just funny to watch that kind of hypocrisy come full circle with this big announcement. Now, UAE is not as strict as some of the other countries in the Middle East, but it is still against the law, right? You can still be in prison. You can't show there's no public show of affection. Like, you can't go to this Disney theme park and, like, you know, do a little Instagram reel where you kiss your girlfriend in front of some castle, or you can't do that shit.
This sounds like a great theme park, actually. This sounds like a great theme park. I kind of want to really go.
Yeah, ban the fats next.
Yeah. Yes, the point is not that Disney has made a business decision. It's that Disney has made their entire brand off of virtue signaling against this non-existent thing here in the West, where they claim that there's all of this victimization going on. The Don't Say Gay bill that was completely fake and blown out of proportion. And they took that fight to the government with Ron DeSantis. But you don't actually believe in this stuff. And this is what we've said time and time again. You don't actually believe in this stuff, because if you did, you wouldn't be doing business in countries that have these beliefs. It's the virtue signaling and the hypocrisy of the situation.
Yeah, I mean, it's like It's like sitting there and thanking China for letting you film next to their concentration camps. You know, like it's all of this type of shit. But it's funny. It's funny to see it get some pushback.
And it's getting pushback from the very crowd that they've pandered to all of this time. And that same crowd will then eat up anytime Disney puts a gay flag next to one of their characters. That same crowd that pretends to be offended right now, as soon as Disney puts a pro-LGBT message out there on social media, they'll eat it up and say, we finally feel accepted. We finally feel worthy because Disney has acknowledged us. Because they're mentally ill people that are just looking for validation anywhere they can get it. And they don't actually care that the very company that quote unquote is validating you actually hates your guts. And they're telling you that point blank, that they'll sit there and put their business in a country that hates your guts and has proven to hate your guts, but you don't care because somebody put a little fucking gay flag next to a character that you like. These people are retarded.
Death Doom for 5. It's Ryan, and the new Avengers is the greatest movie ever, Fig. He's talking to you.
Oh, I first I forgot about the new Avengers tagline for a minute. I've completely forgotten that they went with that. It's so cringe. I do like the Thunderbolts movie. I thought it was pretty good. The fact that they tried to retitle it to New Avengers is one of the most pathetic attempts I've ever seen at trying to correct course. However, I don't know if it's had an uptick in the box office a little bit. I don't know if that's due to word of mouth or if it's through the new marketing campaign. What do you think?
I don't know. I would think that I would say word of mouth. However, it's funny because people are talking about the massive boost that it got on Tuesday, discount day. The funny thing is what people are ignoring is it had, I believe, the second or third worst first Monday in history of the MCU, right? So it had an incredibly fucking low Monday and then a boosted Tuesday that's like, oh, the highest jump they've ever seen on a Tuesday. Well, that jump is helped by the fact that the Monday was so fucking low.
Yeah.
Now, I've said all along, I do think it'll have better legs than Captain America Brave New World because I think it's a better movie than Captain America Brave New World. And maybe it'll go on to make a similar-ish number to the box office despite starting 20 million behind. We talked about this when they changed the thing to New Avengers on the phone we did. And I said I fully think that it was something that they had planned the entire time. It's not a reaction to like the things because they had everything like ready to go. They filmed this during the premiere, that little video they put out of Florence Pugh polling it. So it was obviously always planned they would do this. When they decided to do it, when they decided to roll it out, that was in question. I did get an email forwarded to me from somebody who does some promotional work and stuff with Disney. And I actually saw an email that went out on Friday. So Thursday opening day, Friday morning, it says, hey, this is to all the people that are in charge of putting things in place, distributing things, putting the posters everywhere. We're officially changing the title to The New Avengers. And that was sent out on Friday. So before it even really had the opening weekend stuff. Just to put that in perspective. I think this was always the plan for them, and they hope that it would be this viral marketing thing. And I think that's a huge risk to spend a year promoting something under one name and then, change it like that.
Did you see John Talk's tweet about it? You can
when you retitle your YouTube
when you change the title of your YouTube video, hoping it'll get more views. That is the best description of this whole thing. I've been in that one 100 times when I upload my video. I'm like, fuck, this video is tracking terribly. Let me change the title and hopefully it'll get more views. That's what it comes off as. That's what it feels like.
It feels desperate.
Yeah.
Now, if it had a really solid to good to great opening weekend or something, then they do it. It doesn't feel as desperate because it doesn't feel like it's reactionary, regardless of whether it was planned the entire time or not.
Yeah.
But I wonder too, if they had promoted it as the New Avengers the entire time, I think there's a decent chance that would have like generated a lot of backlash and vitriol over these characters getting touted out and put out there as the new Avengers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Which is kind of interesting. And then for people that have seen it and it comes out that it's the new Avengers, you're kind of rolling your eyes because they're not the new Avengers until 15 seconds before the fucking film ends.
Right.
I don't know.
Marvel's put themselves in a very bad situation overall. I think that this movie probably, I mean, when you look at the reviews, I haven't looked at it in, a week or a few days, but like it was at like 90% on Rotten Tomatoes from the critics, and the audience score was like 94% or whatever. When you have like the consensus across the board from that perspective, you have good word of mouth and it's still underperformed. That's not a movie problem. That's a Marvel problem. Marvel has done this to themselves. People just do not trust Marvel like they used to. Now, again, that doesn't mean that when a Deadpool and Wolverine comes out or a Spider-Man No Way Home comes out, that obviously it's going to do huge numbers. But for these lower level things, it's just like Star Wars. People have just lost trust in the name or the IP because of what you've done over the last several years. So it's a big problem they're going to have to overcome.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll get to what they're going to try next in a little bit here. Tobias Nexus for 10. Disney unveils a new park in the UAE, attempts to rename a movie mid-premiere, and we still don't have a single trailer for Zootopia 2. And the first one made over $1 billion. Yes, we know you hate it, Jeremy.
I do hate Zootopia.
Isn't that not supposed to come out till like much later this year, though?
This is all Tobias cares about. He only cares about Zootopia. He doesn't care about you or your feelings. He cares about Zootopia 2. It speaks to him.
I don't care about me
on a
either.
level you can't understand.
I cannot understand being sexually attracted to anthropomorphic animals. I'm not saying that's what Tobias is, but I'm just saying. Darth Manic for 5. Well. Isn't it my two favorite gay boys? Just like I dreamt last night and woke up wet to. Thanks. Speaking of, Wild Man. Looking good today, Ryan. Thanks.
What the fuck is happening?
Castigan, have Jay stuffed and made into an animatronic.
That would work, actually.
There's like a level of humor to that, I think. We need somewhere to put him, though. Like, I'm not just going to put him in the back of my... Eugenio, Jaylen Brown, Hash Brown, Encyclopedia Brown, Nixon 5, fuck Boston. Boston dropped two incredibly close games, 2 games where the Knicks came back against them. And look, the NBA has destroyed itself from a public relations standpoint. The regular season is so fucking bad that people tune out. Ratings were down once again. But as I continue to say while the regular season was going, and I'm continuing to say now, the playoffs are a different animal, and these NBA playoffs have been fucking great. Now, we did have a blowout last night between the Nuggets and OKC, but there was, again, 3 games in a row we had kind of last-second buzzer beaters, basically.
I was so happy watching LeBron lose in the way that it happened.
Oof,
it was
phenomenal. And
when the camera was on him on what was that game? That wasn't the elimination game. When the camera was on him, when they had to review the end of the play, the game. What was that? I think that was when they went down 3. But anyway, just watching LeBron lose and the way that he lost was very satisfying. Because I watched that live, mainly for Johnny.
When he got that foul foul at the end.
Yeah, and they had to review it. Yeah,
or whatever that was. Yeah.
And the camera was on him when they announced the review. I was like, fuck yeah, fuck you, LeBron, you piece of shit. So yeah, I still can't believe JJ Redick is LeBron's head coach. It's so weird, dude. It's so weird.
It's really strange. I guess JJ Redick he's a little older than LeBron, right? Not by much, though.
Yeah, it's just wild. I remember him all the way back from college basketball, and the fact that now he's LeBron's coach. It's crazy.
Rusty Shackelford, is this the gayest G&G ever? Y'all motherfuckers making it that way. USSH. Hey, Jeremy, you see Matt Walsh bad take on Revenge of the Sith and Theory's response to it and the Star Wars update Fortnite recently got? Holy fuck. It's done by people who care and it shows.
I saw Matt Walsh's tweet. I'm at a point with Matt Walsh where I feel that Matt Walsh is one of the best trolls on all of social media. He's phenomenal at it. And so I didn't really care too much to get involved in that. In terms of the Fortnite update on Star Wars, it's fantastic. It's that they truly are just how they continue to be so much better than Disney at making Star Wars is beyond me. But yeah, Epic knows Star Wars. Disney doesn't.
Yeah, Matt Walsh's thoughts on a Star Wars movie are like the least important thing in my mind.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
We got a lot of people talking about it though.
His Shiloh Hendrix video is really good.
Ugh.
And that's not a troll. So
Mrs. Walker Danube for 199. So that's why Josh showed up in the Welcome to Rebellion earlier today.
I don't know.
Is that what that means? Josh is Jay. And I think this is supposed to be the Welcome to Rebellion, his stream that he does in the morning. Maybe. Bar King. Hey, Ryan, how dark is your humor? Why would you laugh at that, Jeremy? It picks cotton. I don't even understand the reference, Bar King.
I don't either.
Speaking of, do you see Kanye's newest freaking video?
You talking about his music video?
Yes.
Yes. Also watched this interview with Piers Morgan and Sneeko. I got the bad thing is Piers looked worse than Kanye in that situation, and Kanye looked horrible, but Piers like turned all of his anger towards Sneeko. He's like, Sneeko, can you explain why Kanye did this? And Sneeko's like,
you guys asked me to set this up. Yeah.
It was a disaster, dude.
The whole thing's a fucking shit show.
I know it. But Sneeko said it best. He's like, look, this is funny. This is entertaining. Like, that's about the best you can get out of this.
Chris B. J. What's that on your neck? Looks bad. Joe's Atmosphere. Jay, all images are flipped in the afterlife. Sergio Garcia Monster J just squashed a little kid. Maybe there's a little exaggeration. Maybe. Ronan for $1 over on Rumble. Jeremy, do you take your glizzies with or without mayo?
No comment.
How do you eat a hot dog?
Ketchup.
Just ketchup?
Yeah, I mean, I do like having a chili at times, but my standard is just ketchup on my hot dog.
Okay.
Yeah.
Respect. If I'm just like at a game or whatever, I just ketchup mustard. Boom.
Yeah, just ketchup for me.
Now you can get fancy with it, like Chicago style dog and stuff like that. Where's that place that place in City Walk that does all the different hot dogs from like all the different cities around? I like that place.
Yeah, I never ate one from there. Casey's Corner at the Magic Kingdom has really good hot dogs. At least they used to. I haven't been there in years, so they may have DEI'd it down. You know, I don't know.
What would the DEI to a hot dog stand be?
I mean, cutting cost, buying cheaper product. You know.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. So there's a lot of different angles I could have went with that, but I went with a really more less controversial take.
Pat for $1. I bet there will be long lines to ride the Pirates of the Somali Coast in Abu Dhabi. Potentially. Chris Coran for 2. Jay, unleashing and causing chaos and destruction. American Man, Ryan. I read the Darth Bane trilogy and currently reading Darth Plagueis per your recommendation. And it's the best Star Wars storytelling I've seen since Revenge of the Sith. What should I read next? Honestly, because I just reread it in the past, 2 weeks, you should read the Revenge of the Sith novelization. And I think every Star Wars fan should, or at the very least, listen to it on Audible or whatever. Even if you've never read a single other book or whatever, the Revenge of the Sith novel is phenomenal. You get Count Dooku's perspective during the Anakin and Obi-Wan duel. You get everything that's going on in Anakin's head because some people feel like in the movie itself that Anakin fell too quickly and like stuff like that.
That was always a criticism,
right? That's always been one of the criticisms. I love that book because you're getting to see inside Anakin's head and see how he truly is at just this point where he's being asked. These people that he cares about are asking him to do this. This person he cares about is asking him to do this. He's lost trust in these people. He feels disrespected for this reason. He's worried about Padme dying. He's got like all of this shit going on. And Palpatine is the person who is, one, put a lot of those things in place, set it up to be in place that way, and then is knowing just when to push. And the insistence for Palpatine to try to separate Obi-Wan and Anakin because he knows that if he had done what he did, revealing to Anakin and stuff like that, while Obi-Wan was still on planet and he was able to talk to him about it, it probably wouldn't have gone the way it did. So it's fucking awesome. Everybody should read it.
Oh yeah.
Russian bot for 5. It wasn't about immigrants. It was about the Central African warlords, and he didn't get drunk. The dude had a mental breakdown.
Fuck off. Fuck that guy.
Bobo Yogi never met a fat man in a 30s German spa. Thank you. Blue Shell Draw 4. Well, I asked Ryan and Jay. Now I asked Jeremy, what was the worst way that you got your order wrong? People agreed with my dad's anger on his order.
Wait, what is this now? What is it in reference to?
Like restaurant, fast food. What's the worst way you've ever got your order fucked up?
God, I don't know. My order doesn't get messed up that much because I'm very simple in what I order. And I'm very clear in how I order my food. So I don't deal with Ryan's problems.
Hold on, that doesn't mean anything. Like, I'm very simple and clear.
You bring negative energy everywhere you go.
Yeah, but that has nothing to do with simple and clear. And also, if I'm just...
And the way you talk
multiple times when my order got fucked up.
And
I was never mean. I was never, like,
ever.
I wasn't antagonistic. I was... fucking
they can feel your anger.
The force is strong with you.
I will say, were you with me? Was it you with me when we went to eat at Cowfish?
Yeah.
That was a horrible experience. And
the
your order got wrong. Didn't your order get messed up there too?
It fucked something up. And
the food was so bad there. And this is at Universal City Walk, by the way. I have no idea why that fucking place is still at Universal. It's got it's a prominent restaurant at Universal. It's got great location, 2 stories. That is one of the worst experiences I've ever had just because the food was so fucking bad.
The service was bad too.
It was bad. The service was bad and Ryan's order got messed up.
Yeah. And I fucking said something like, I forget exactly what I said, but
you said something out loud about her after something with her. Or I can't remember specifically, but I was like, Ryan,
I said something like really fucking insulting.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm like, she walked away.
Yeah.
And now look, if our orders had been fucked up after that, it would have been one thing. It would have been on me. That wasn't the case. I fucking lost my mind because of how bad the experience was, and they fucked up my shit. But yeah, I said something. I don't even remember what I said, but it was something probably something about her
I think you said something about her being fat.
Like I think fat retard.
I think so. Yeah. I think so. I can't remember specifically, but I do remember that I think I needed like a refill or something. I'm like, don't fucking call the bitch fat. She could spit in my drink, you fucking retard. You know, like I got mad as hell at you. I'm like, don't fucking do that. She's handling our food still.
It's not mine. Couldn't get it right. I wish I could remember exactly.
Yeah, it's hard to remember specifically. Whatever you said, I got mad at you for it. I'm like, dude, what the fuck? You know, because I think she was getting me a refill or something.
Probably.
And I didn't want to drink my drink or something.
I said it like as she walked by. I said it very loudly. Like, yeah, that was terrible though.
Yeah.
Stephen McBride, Morgan Spurlock is an American hero, dummies.
Nah, fuck him.
Yeah. Stephen DeLeon, what's up, homos? Shout out West Texas. Viewers will start.
No, viewers will not start.
Tyreek Hill's gone, I think, man.
he's been gone. I mean, he
could
Dude.
only take 1 year of pretending that like Tua was an upgrade.
well, he was not an upgrade. He tried to pretend he was an upgrade.
That's
at
what
first.
I said.
Yeah,
He could only take 1 year of pretending that.
Yeah. But Dolphins will be fine. Super Bowl, baby. Let's go.
Jesus Davila with a gifted membership. Thank you. Mexican Iron Man. Disney's full of crap with this announcement. I propose new Disney Pride jumping off the Matterhorn. Hail fearless leader Jeremy in Arcade Nation. Thank you,
go.
Mexican Iron Man. Lance, inshallah, my brothers. Yeah, don't know about that. Tinsote for 5. Hypocrisy aside, it's going to be wild for Disney, Warner Brothers, and SeaWorld to all share the same resort property and be on the same ticket. Yeah, I don't know anything about that. But yeah. Epic Dreads for 1. All right, pull that up.
What?
The thing that you're screen sharing, Elon's tweet.
Okay.
The one right there. Yeah. First of all, I bitched about this fucking meme like 5 days ago or something. Maybe it's on FNT. Because I fucking hate all of the dumb motherfuckers who reply that to so many things right now. Because one, Grok is shit. Fucking AI is shit. Doesn't understand fucking anything. You're going to get a retarded answer from it anyway. But I do like this meme perfectly encapsulates so many of these fucking idiots that I can't stand right now.
I agree.
Online.
I agree. The Grok stuff is annoying. And I do think a lot of people are memeing on it when they ask, you know what I mean? But I think there's a lot of people that are legitimately using it. Yeah. No, I know. But there is a lot that's memeing too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like obviously the one right there, I actually want to know at Croc, is this true? Right. Like there are some people that are memeing it. There's a lot of other people out there that are relying on Grok to get their fucking facts on something.
I'll be honest. I'm getting tired of Twitter in general, dude. Twitter in general is getting really fucking old. Like it's just, I'm not mad because of the monetization. I'm glad it's monetized for people. I'm glad people, but it's completely just, it's changed the way that the platform is used. And it's kind of exhausting to
You're getting more of like the Mike Zeros of like YouTube in terms of just putting out fake bullshit, making up fake bullshit and putting it out there to get engagement.
Yep. And then you have to end up arguing with people that think it's true, and it just brings you down further into the fucking trenches. And I'm like, fuck. I can't fight these battles anymore, man.
I just don't tweet.
Yeah,
I can't do it no more.
It's absolutely insane, man. So I'm kind of bored with Twitter. Like I've created a locked account that I just follow like news oriented stuff for content where at least I'm not in the trenches. Like I don't even care to fucking get into it anymore with people on Twitter. It's exhausting.
Epic Dreads for $1. Thank you. Knee Pain for 2. Whiskey goes in. Ryan comes out. Thank you, Knee Pain. South Park lampooned Coney 2012 in one of their best episodes. Google jacking it in San Diego.
I haven't seen that one.
Black Cane for $10. Ryan should love Zootopia. It's about a conspiracy to flood the neighborhood of an inherently violent portion of the population with drugs to start a race war. I don't remember that part of Zootopia. Maybe. I didn't hate it as much as Jeremy does. Gabriel Knight for 20. Andor fans want to be considered cultured for liking the show. Guess that's what happens when the only thing you have to compare it to is Filoni's slop. Andor's like a chick who surrounds herself with ugly friends to look hot. Well, I do think that there's some truth to the idea that the reason Andor gets so much of the praise is because it is so much different than a lot of other shit that's coming out, and what you have to compare it to is genuine fucking slop. But I think, again, I can't like lie or pretend. I think there's good moments in it. When there's good moments, I talk about what I think are the good moments. I think it's full of some other ones that are missing the mark, or things that aren't done properly. Or like, for instance, you watched episodes 4 through 6, right?
Mm-hmm.
In episode 6, when they've said this whole episode arc is building up the tension for this robbery, this heist, that the Gorman rebels, think that they're getting one off on everybody, that they need to do this. There's a lot of concern about it. Andor knows it's probably a bad idea. because of what will happen. Luthen wants to happen because of that, but the Imperials are setting the entire thing up so that they can then take advantage of that, bring down the hammer, like all this. They've built everything up to this moment, and they have the heist coinciding with another heist, which is Luthen and Luthen's assistant trying to get the listening device back out of that artifact right under the nose from a lot of different people. And tension is like building through the whole thing, and they get to that scene, and it does feel tense as she's desperately trying to get that out as they're sliding these things off. But then it just keeps going and going and going and going, that scene specifically. And so I felt like they built all of this tension and it went on too long, and all the tension fell apart before any of the things were actually fucking resolved. So there are frustrating points about it for me as well.
And for me, with all of that, it's not believable. It's a bunch of fucking women pulling everything off and talking down to all the fucking men. That's all it is. That's literally all it is. It's women being badasses, controlling the situation and talking down to weak fucking men. And by the way, are those two Empire guys gay? Because they come off really fucking gay. Those two, like the way they talk to each other. What's the guy's name that was there with her when she had her
Lonnie?
hand? Yeah, like
No, Lonnie has a wife.
I know he has a wife, but they are so gay sounding, dude.
There's one of them that like looks like he might be gay or something.
God,
but
it's so fucking.
Lonnie definitely has a wife.
It sounds he sounds so gay the way they talk to each other. And then of course you had the two girls kiss, and then they kill her off like 5 minutes after. It's like, what the fuck are we doing? The fuck are we doing right now? It's so stupid.
the gays were not happy. They're like,
at least the chicks were attractive. That's the best thing I can say about it.
They buried their gays.
Yeah, and that's the whole point about it. Like, what was the point of even doing that? It was to get the virtue signaling points, and then you kill off the gay character immediately. And then what happens? Oh, the man accidentally killed the gay, and then the girlfriend gets to talk down to the man and tell the man, who's crying his eyes out, "Oh, I'm so sorry." She's like, "You're not the warrior she was. She was a warrior. You'll never be." Oh, the man's crying.
You don't get to cry. Look me in the eye. Yeah.
I fucking hate this shit, dude.
And it would have been one thing if I fucking cared about their relationship, because look, whenever I'm not a massive fan of pushing this stuff and all these different things. However, there have been a handful of times where there has been a gay relationship in a series or a movie or whatever. And even if I did maybe roll my eyes a little bit, it won me over because the writing was good enough and it made me care about those fucking characters. Very few and far between, but if it's well done, it would be one thing. If I cared about these characters, it would be one thing. I have more investment, I guess, in Andor and Bix than I did in them. And I that was a criticism of mine from the first season, was that I didn't care about whatever they had going on. It carried into season 2, and I just don't think that there was any payoff for that relationship to make me feel anything, regardless of a kiss or not, when they killed her off.
You know me pretty well. So am I going to like these next 3 episodes that everybody's going fucking ape shit over, based on where I'm at now and how much I hated episode 6?
I think you'll enjoy it.
I mean, everybody's going crazy over these last 3 episodes, especially episode 8. I feel like episode 8 is the one that everybody's going crazy over for sure.
I think it's a little excessive from some of the stuff I've seen out there. I do think it was good. And definitely the best arc that they've had in season 2, these little 3 episode arcs, and it builds on a couple things from earlier as well. I don't think you're going to come out and say this is the best moment I've ever seen on screen for any television show ever in history type of thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing a lot of too, by the way. Hearing it's like the peak for Star Wars ever. Best since the original trilogy. I am very concerned about the political angles that they're going to go for.
And you know,
is Mon Mothma's speech, like, is it relatable to current day?
That's the problem, is
because I feel like that's exactly what's going to happen.
Well, here's one of the problems. A lot of this stuff is relatable to any rebellion that's happened, any revolution that's happened in history, any group of people who feel like they've been trodden on or feel like this and stand up and fight for something, right? The problem is then we start attaching anything that you might interpret that as, even if it wasn't necessarily the point, Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So when,
but it's not
somebody hears
even me
something-
though. It's because of the people behind it have
Right.
constantly told us how they feel about politics.
Correct.
That's why I can't get away from it.
Correct. So like when you're seeing this this massacre of innocents happen, and when you're seeing this thing, if you're one of the people that fucking really cares about Israel and Palestine and is really on the side of the Palestinians, you're going to push that narrative onto that because you think that's what's happening there. So you're going to say this is so timely because of this. I can't speak to that. I can't speak to what their intentions were when they made that fucking specific point. But I'm saying that's one of the things you're seeing a lot of, I feel, with this is regardless with people feeling one way or another, they're going to interpret it as that, even if it wasn't necessarily the intent, regardless of whether that's right or wrong. And it creates a lot of emotional investment from those people into thinking this is the best thing that's ever happened because it's so poignant, regardless of whether it was intended that way or not.
I got you. I'm going to check it out. I'll watch them all tonight because we're going to talk about it on F&T tomorrow. But I'm not feeling good about this series after episode 6. I'm not feeling good at all. So we'll see what happens.
Vladik G, how dare you get my follower count wrong? I'm yay. Hirokami for 5. Remember the SWTOR cinematics? Why did we never get a full movie from 3,600 years before A New Hope? Look, I would have loved it. I'm pretty sure those cinematics cost like fucking $2 million a minute or some crazy shit like that when they first came out. To be honest, it'd be a little less expensive to do that than a whole fucking movie that they make. I mean, Andor cost fucking $650 million. So might as well throw the money at it. Let's talk about some Marvel, Jeremy. I think you talked about this. Yeah. Very
fitting name.
In the aftermath of Marvel's renaming of the Thunderbolts movie to the New Avengers, a lot of people are saying, disappointing opening weekend. We'll see. But you know what's next? Fantastic Four is next, Jeremy. The next thing to get excited about, pretend like that's the thing that's going to save the Marvel Cinematic Universe. A lot of people are forgetting a very important project. A project that has been completed filming for like 3 years now, but for some reason hadn't seen the light of day, but will very, very soon be out there for all of us to enjoy. That is Ironheart.
Oh, boy.
Ironheart comes out June 24th. Now, this is back from a couple months ago when they revealed these great new promotional images of Riri Williams as Ironheart. We're 6 weeks away from the release of this series.
And nobody's talking about it.
Well, we haven't got a trailer yet.
Yeah.
We have not seen a standalone trailer. The only thing we got was we had 20 seconds in a smashed together look ahead for Disney Plus from 6 months ago. We haven't seen a standalone trailer for this. They are now starting to talk about it a little bit in the trades. And how are they trying to get people to care about this? Well, you got to care about Robert Downey Jr., right?
Yep.
Ironheart's Dominique Thorne got 2 thumbs up from Robert Downey Jr. Robert Downey Jr. gave Dominique Thorne a seal of approval. We could see the whole quote right here. Robert Downey Jr. and I spoke just after we wrapped. He shared some lovely words about my journey. That was probably like fucking 2.5 years ago, by the way. He told me how excited he was, that he's rooting for it too. I literally got 2 thumbs up. It's really reassuring to know you're not embarrassing Iron Man. She's dumpster diving, whereas Tony Stark was this bajillionaire. What she's able to accomplish is remarkable.
Implying that she's even smarter than Tony, because Tony had all of this privilege, and my character didn't have anything.
I'm just a black girl from the hood dumpster diving. I was able to do this.
It's absolutely ridiculous. So you need you don't want the white toxic male, but you need to use the white toxic male's name in order to pretend that he put you over in order to justify your existence. Typical DEI bullshit.
Well, and that's the thing, right? That's why the Ironheart character was rejected in the comics, because she basically stole the technology and she was supposed to be even better than Tony Stark. And it got rejected, just like so many of these characters did, before Kevin Feige decided to jump a bunch of other relevant characters and bring these characters that failed from the comics into the universe. Why did she get introduced in Wakanda Forever? Other than the fact that she's black? Literally for no fucking reason. That's the only reason she was introduced in that movie, was to try to put her over with the audience that they wanted to watch this series. But look, this got delayed multiple times. I don't think they know what to do with it. I think they know it's probably going to be received poorly. I think the reason we haven't seen a standalone trailer till so late is because they wanted to minimize the amount of backlash and the amount of time they would spend marketing it. I think they realize it's probably going to get rejected and people are going to think it's another cringeworthy entry in the MCU.
Yeah, I have we heard if they're going to release this all at once or if they're going to do weekly on it?
I don't specifically remember. I felt like the first indication was weekly, but this would be one you want to drop all at once. But this comes out about 3 or 4 weeks before Fantastic Four comes out.
Yeah, this is going to fly so far under the radar. Nobody's going to care about it. And the fact that we don't even have a full trailer yet, 6 weeks out, no trailer on this. You can tell they're embarrassed. You can tell that they're desperate. And of course, yeah, make it. We're talking about it right now because they're bringing Robert Downey Jr.'s name into it because that's all they have.
Well, look, I'm making a video about it now so I can show a cringe picture of fucking Ironheart, Kevin Feige looking confused or stunned with a big stamp that says cringe on it and my letters that say this will be bad on the side. That's why I'm talking about it, right?
I made a video on it last night, but I didn't release it yet, so I'll release it later today probably. But yeah, I can't wait for this to basically, it's going to come and go and the only people are going to talk about it are us so we can roast it. There's no fandom around this, and all the fucking people that complain or that claim that they're all for diversity and inclusion, they're not going to talk about this because they don't care about it. There's nothing to talk about. Most of them don't even know what's coming out, and Disney is clearly embarrassed about it. So fuck them.
Yeah, I think it's very I think it's very obvious the fact that we have not seen a trailer, like a standalone trailer for it, other than that little sneak peek that was smashed in with a million other things coming to Disney Plus. I think it's obvious they're trying to protect it from that aspect. They know if they put a trailer out, it will probably get fucking ratioed to death.
Yep.
And then we'll make videos for a couple days about how it's getting ratioed to death. I think they're very well aware of that at this point.
Disney, just go ahead, do it. We'll be nice. We'll be
look,
nice,
you got
Disney.
Kevin Feige repeating our talking points about feeling like you need to do homework to watch the MCU, right?
I know it. Kevin Feige watches FNT confirmed.
I wonder if he's ever caught an episode. I don't know. I don't know. All right, where were we? Chris Cran, check out the trailer for Honey Don't. Looks great. Honey Don't.
Let's look into that.
Is it another Winnie the Pooh horror movie?
I know this isn't a political show, but I gotta play this, Ryan. I gotta play this. Have you seen this yet?
I don't know which clip this is.
Here we go.
And when they took over, Buttigieg, who has no clue, he drives to work on his bicycle with his, in all fairness, with his husband on the back, which is a.
With his husband on the back.
In all fairness, with his husband on the back, which is a nice, loving relationship. But he didn't have a clue.
That's fucking wild. Pete Buttigieg he was the mayor of South Bend, Indiana, which is probably like 30 minutes or so, 45 minutes from where I lived. So obviously, like when he started his fucking little run, so many people from back home were like singing his fucking praise, all this fucking shit. But that is hilarious.
With his husband on
the back,
which is a very loving relationship.
God,
holy shit, dude.
Hey, gear up for 10. Do you think it's a factor the MCU started with good source material? Now we're in woke part of the comics. The comics also started strong, turned into woke crap before the movies. Well, look, I think the problem is, I think one thing is that they reached these heights, these insane heights. When you look at the money that's been made, when you look at the box office returns, when you talk about just in general, the cultural awareness surrounding the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And I think they felt that they could just put anybody in there and it would carry them along. And I think they took that opportunity to take these characters that were rejected in the comic books but we're pushing something, right? These characters are rejected multiple times. The replacement characters, the DEI replacements, the characters like America Chavez that got rejected, to push talking points and for representation. And they thought they could have it both ways. I think they thought the brand would carry them, similar to the way that Star Wars thought they could just put Star Wars on anything and people would watch. And it didn't work out that way. Benology, Interstellar's a masterpiece. Hot dogs, microwave. Yeah, Ben does just fucking throw a couple glizzies in the microwave like a weirdo.
I love how Ben hated Interstellar for like ever, and then he rewatched it after he became a parent, and he fucking loves it now. Or that, or he's just trying to get back on main event. I'm not sure which one it is.
Vault 95. When is the Ryan versus Jeremy head shave wrestling match?
I'm already bald.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. Brandon Day, Seattle does cream cheese with caramelized onions on their dogs. Sounds gross. Fucking amazing. Yeah, that does sound different. The Singing Tigs, Ryan finally found love when he saw Shiloh. Hail.
I agree, Ben. It does. And a lot of people are saying it does hit different when you're a parent. So it's a great movie. My favorite movie of all time. So,
yeah,
and Ryan's never seen it.
Shiloh's got too many young kids for me to, to help.
I think you could make an exception, Ryan.
But if that fucking GoFundMe hits 1 million, I might. Eddie Brock for $5.99. The most ironic thing to come out of the Kanye interview with Piers was that Gary and Drinker's segment was cut short.
Yes.
Jeremy, say I love $500 Nintendo.
Huh?
Say I love $500 Nintendo.
I love $500 Nintendo.
There you go. I didn't know that Gary and Drinker's segment was cut because
yes, Gary texted me after he told me. He's like, what a world, dude.
Was he in the back room or anything? In the green room waiting?
I'm not sure the specifics of it, but yeah, we were talking about it. So it's so wild.
Darth Manic for $1.99. Ketchup is fucking disgusting. Unsubscribed. Ketchup's awesome.
Ketchup's awesome.
Now, I mean, obviously, depending on what you put it on, right? You could probably find a bad fucking combo. But French fries and ketchup, can't beat it. Got to have ketchup and mustard on a dog, some relish on there. If I really go all out and fucking have time, I'll put a little bit of mayo on one side, slice of cheese on one side, hot dog, ketchup, mustard, relish.
Yeah, I don't go all. I mean, typically it's just ketchup. But if there's good chili, I'll put chili on a hot dog. That's really good.
Infamous. Have you ever been so hungry you forgot to chew your food?
Not really.
Sometimes when I'm so hungry and I'm eating something I really like pizza, I'll get a little ahead of myself and I like barely fucking chew it and wolf it down. So yeah, I suppose yes. Blue Shell Draw 4. My dad was simple and clear. And yeah, his story is his dad ordered like the deluxe chicken sandwich or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And they didn't put chicken in it. Just got back and it was just like,
that's a problem.
Yeah,
that is a problem. Was it a DEI hire? Because usually Chick-fil-A is really good about not messing up orders. Yeah,
Chick-fil-A doesn't really fuck up my order. One of the few. Gabriel Knight, the Anakin turned dark too quick criticism was always weak. Wasn't it clearly implied the dark side of the Force turns people quickly, almost like demonic possession? Well, I think it's weak because I think you have it there, and I think you have the entire story there in front of you. But I'm just saying, in Revenge of the Sith, in the book, you're in Anakin's head. So all these things are presented to us in the movie, and some people might either forget about it or not think that's affecting him all that much. But it was more about getting Anakin in this right situation where he was so vulnerable, and because of the dreams and because of the Jedi and him not getting what he thought he was deserved, being pushed by Palpatine to say he deserves this, they don't trust you. And then they ask him to do something that Palpatine effectively manipulated into happening by ordering him get on that council because they knew they would want him to spy on him, so that Palpatine is able to then see, I told you they don't trust me and blah, blah, all this shit. I just think it really extraordinarily lays out the terrible spot that Anakin was in at the time because of his fears, his attachments, everything. Blue-Eyed Scorpio, Jeremy's gay at Grok. Is this true? Yes. Tyler B, anyone see the Mafia gameplay trailer? Looks pretty good to me. Happy Almost Friday 199. P.S. Jeremy, you're gay.
I haven't seen it, but I'll check it out.
Epic Dreads, my Epic Mike meme. It does look like Mike. Tobias next, at least Doom the Dark Ages is coming soon. Yeah, at least. Carl Anderson for 10. Hey, Ryan and Jeremy, thanks for an amazing show. You guys always put out some great content. This is probably my last super chat for a while. Sadly, I lost my job yesterday. Time to go find a new one. Well, sorry to hear about that, Carl. That's rough, man.
Man, I'm sorry to hear that. But I think that it'll probably open up a better opportunity for you. So that's the way you got to look at it.
Yeah, exactly.
So keep us posted,
fresh.
brother. Keep us posted.
Something fresh. Ronan over on the Rumble side for $5. Ryan, just donated your brain to Silicon Valley. You being the next big thing in AI would grant you immortality. Thanks. And then Ronan for 2, speaking of culture, if the new Naked Gun retains the humor of the classic and is successful, would force Hollywood to soul search and go right? I think they just need to go middle.
Yeah.
Middle's a good ground.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
I agree.
All right, where were we here? Space Digger. He built it in a cave with a box of scraps. He did. That is how he built the first one, regardless of whether he was a billionaire or not. Vault 95. This is Obama. Get down.
Have you seen that video?
Yes.
Okay.
Eddie Brock for $2.49. Jeremy said it wrong. It's I love $500 Nintendo. Grizzly Nightmare. So, Ryan, are you taking a trip to NYC to get a selfie with their new statue? I don't know why I would need to do that. Yeah, just stunning and brave. Benology for 5. Matt Walsh shouldn't talk about movies. Revenge of the Sith book is goated. Interstellar is a life-changing experience. Nolan's going downhill, though.
I agree with, well, I mean, I haven't seen I haven't read the book, but Nolan right now, first of all, Interstellar is a life-changing experience, but I have not a lot of faith in what he's doing on the Odyssey right now because of the casting. We'll see. I think it's still going to be an epic movie, but having Ellen Page in this fucking movie makes no sense. And John Leguizamo, why? I don't get it. It makes no sense. I'm not as upset about Zendaya as a lot of people. I don't really hate her like everybody else does, but it's a very confusing casting choice. But Ellen Page is a problem.
Griff for 5. Respect y'all's passion. I don't like agendas pushing media either, but y'all have gotten obsessed. DEI is such an overused, misused term at this point. I do agree that it's overused at times, but I don't know exactly what you're referencing specifically about this comment compared to what we've talked about this entire stream. But if you're talking about, say, the Marvel comic book characters, 100% when you take these legacy characters that people have read for decades and decades, and then you try to replace them with a woman or a black girl or a race swap version or whatever, the entire purpose of them doing those things is to try to use the popularity of one character as a liftoff point to insert your representation, because we can't have these white characters all be heroes anymore. We need more diversity. To me, that's kind of like the specific definition of what we're talking about. But I don't know what you're referencing to. But yes, in some instances, when someone it gets used as a punchline now, right? Like Jeremy just said, oh, is it a DEI Chick-fil-A? Right?
Yeah.
It's a fucking punchline. I don't think
it's
he's being super serious about that.
No, but I'm guilty of whatever you say I'm guilty of. I've learned on the internet that I just accept it. Just like the other day, like somebody said, why do you keep repeating things on your live stream? I'm like, because people come in here and say shit. And then I literally criticize Trump. And then somebody says, just 5 minutes later, Jeremy, you'll never criticize Trump. And I'm like, fuck, what's the fucking point?
Name is the ReTuber. Big corporate VTubers recently dropped gamer subs and is vaguely blaming Kirsha for the decision. Hey, we're available. Let us know, gamer subs.
Kirsha's awesome, though.
Kirsha is cool. We've had her on the show before.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I think we're caught up, Jeremy.
All caught up. Well, another one in the books. Park Hoppin' will be live today. I'm not sure when they're going live, but probably in the next hour or two. So if you've not subscribed to Park Hoppin', please do that. Also tonight on Locals, I think it's Empire Strikes Back that they're going to be watching tonight. Despecialized. So the original OG Empire Strikes Back tonight on Locals Watch Party. So if you've not become a member over there, you should consider becoming part of the 199. We got a lot of watch parties, video games, wrestling streams, all that stuff over there. So make sure you guys check that out. Ryan, what do you got going on?
Trying to survive another day. Lord Baratheon for 199. Ryan, what do you think of Bale in the new arc? It's still so strange that he's recast.
It's really, I've only seen him in, I think, episode 6.
Yeah, you saw him briefly.
Yeah.
You'll see more of him in the next couple, but it's just so strange. I like Benjamin Bratt in some things, but it's just so strange that Jimmy Smits isn't him anymore. And it has nothing to do with the fact that he's died or he looks too old. It's just he was filming something else. And it's just so wild that you can't have him there.
Mm-hmm.
But I do like that we got a little. I wish we would get more. But it's at least they did kind of make it obvious that they've been working, that him and Bale, Luthen and Bale have been working together, that this entire thing has been a build up to this, as opposed to Bale like just hopping in on it at the end. That's what I was afraid they were going to do, because they've been working together since fucking Bale. Well, first of all, they've been working together with Padme during like Revenge of the Sith timeline and during the prequels timeline. They were always working together in opposition to some of these big power grabs and stuff like that. And they have been working slowly at this over decades by the time we get to this point. We just
I just can't get over how good Andor looks, how well shot it is, and how much, like, how different that feels from any other Disney Star Wars. But the problem is the best way to describe Andor for me at this point in time, I've not seen the final 3 episodes. Andor is a really good looking chick that has herpes. You're like, I know this scene could be good. I know this could be fun, but she's got disease that I know all about. And Disney Star Wars has herpes. And no matter how good it looks, no matter how interesting it seems, that the moment that you put your junk in there, you're going to get it too. That's what Disney Star Wars is. And especially Andor. It's a good looking chick with herpes.
There you go. And someone says Jimmy Smits was just too busy. Who knows? He was doing Dexter Rebirth or Dexter First Blood or Dexter Next, some whatever Dexter thing that's been in the works. That's what he was doing when they did this. And they couldn't work it out, which is kind of wild. At least they didn't do a weird fucking AI face on him. But all right, that's it, guys.
Thank you, guys. Park hopping in a few hours, and then tonight, probably around 7. Somebody was asking about the time. I think this stream for Locals is going to be around 6 or 7 Central. I'm not positive, though, but we'll have that event set up over there on Locals. But Park hopping and Locals, and I might do a Cobra Cast later today because there's a lot of news in the political world that I need to look into. So thank you, guys. Have a great evening. Ryan, take us away.
All right. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye.
Bye, everyone.